Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for this live stream. My name is Amista, and I'm going to be doing predictions for every single sign for February the 3rd on this live stream. And after that, we'll do a little bit of Reiki. And then after we do Reiki, we'll do short little micro readings for people who are in the room who want them. So that's actually what's on the agenda right now. I'm just clearing the cards and getting ready to do the daily predictions for tomorrow. Well, by the time people are watching this tomorrow, it'll be for today. We're always in today. Tomorrow is always on the way. So let's see here. Still just clearing the cards. I'm a little bit late. Kind of curious how many people will show up on a live stream this late on a Thursday night. 8:02 here, my time, Mountain Time. Ba-ba-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-da-da. Just looking forward to people walking in the door, doing a little chit-chat along the way. Right now, nobody has shown up. That's okay, though. We're going to get jumping into predictions for February the 3rd. We're going to do this just like I normally do the daily videos. We're going to have an overall energy, and then we'll have an energy for each sign. So for tomorrow, overall energy is showing up as the Three of Swords. That's yummy. That's yummy. All right, Three of Swords, heartache, heartbreak, something going on that is making us feel sad. I've had this show up sometimes when a little girl did not get to keep a stray dog. The Three of Swords showed up for that for her. This can be something that is that you see on the news that makes you sad. I've also had it come up, when relationships are having trouble, whether it's friendships or romantic relationships. So lots of different ways that this can manifest. Let's see how that looks once we combine it with the other cards for each sign. Hopefully, the cards for each sign will soften this up. I guess we're going to find out, right? Aries, we're starting with you guys. 10 of Wands showing up for you, Aries, along with our overall there. So 10 of Wands with the Three of Swords basically talks about the idea that I think you're taking responsibility for the idea that maybe you've done something that's made somebody feel sad or maybe even broken their heart. You're kind of taking responsibility for that. This may be an apology, or this may be, you just owning up to your part in that, not being judgmental. We all have situations, right? Sooner or later. That's part of living, part of life. All right, let's look at Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, Ace of Wands, showing up along with the overall of the Three of Swords. So it's interesting, Taurus, I think that there's been some kind of heartache or heartbreak that has shown up, and it's actually motivated you to begin something new, something exciting and inspiring that is moving you forward. All right. Next up, we're looking at Geminis. Geminis, you guys have the Temperance card coming up along with that Three of Swords. So Temperance with the Three of Swords just tells me, Geminis, the story that I'm picking up for you guys has to do with the idea that you have a friend, family member, tribe member, somebody around you who is going through some type of heartache or heartbreak, and you're there for them. You're kind of the shoulder that's being cried on. You're being the supportive person with that Temperance card. I don't think that this is your heartache or heartbreak. I do think you're supporting somebody else as they deal with that. Now, let's look at Cancer. Okay, Cancers, you guys have the King of Swords showing up here in reverse, along with this overall of the Three of Swords. So, King of Swords coming up with the Three of Swords. This is basically telling me, Cancers, that I think that you are making you're making a decision that you're not tolerating anything that is heartbreaking or creating a heartache. You're basically looking at things logically and just not going to be putting up with that. If it looks like it's going to lead towards that, you're cutting it out real quick, nipping that in the bud. That's what I'm seeing for Cancers. Next up, we're looking at Leo, Leo, Leo. Aw, okay. Let me wet my whistle, guys. I apologize. Sometimes that happens. I am a human. So Leos, you guys have the World card coming up in reverse along with the Three of Swords. So this is basically telling me with the World card in reverse, I think you're making somebody sad, breaking their heart, or, making them feel not so hot. And I think you didn't really mean to. With that World card in reverse, I think that this is not what you were shooting for. Okay. I think that whatever it is that you're doing is the ideal. You're moving towards something that's the ideal. I think we've got a side effect of somebody feeling sad about it, which was never your intention. All right, next up we're looking at Virgo. Virgos, you guys have basically like the Page of Cups, the Valet of Cups in this deck, along with the Three of Swords. Now this is really interesting. I think you've got somebody here, Virgo, who is sharing their feelings with you, who is letting you in on the idea that they've been heartbroken or made very sad by something. For some of you, yes, it's going to be you that made them sad, but for a lot of you, this is somebody who is just sharing this information with you. Not that you've made them sad, but this is something that they want to talk about with you. And I think for a lot of you, this is going to be like parents or aunts and uncles and a little person talking to you about something that has hurt their feelings, basically. Okay. Next up, let's look at Libras. Okay, Libras. Knight of Cups coming up in reverse, along with that overall energy of the Three of Swords. With that Knight of Cups coming up here, this is telling me that Libras, you've had something going on that has made you sad, and that overall energy. And with this Knight of Cups, it's not only made you sad, it's made you a little bit pessimistic about people in general, or maybe about romantic relationships, but especially about this one particular relationship. Hello there, Helen. Glad to see you. So you've got something that's kind of changing your attitude as far as this heartache or heartbreak, to where now you're having a hard time really looking at anybody and going, you could be a good person. All right. Hopefully that's just a temporary thing. Let's look at Scorpios. Okay, Scorpios, Hanged Man showing up here, but it's in reverse. Those of you who've been watching me a while, you know I like the Hanged Man in reverse. Showing up next to the Three of Swords. This just means that we are breaking away from something that was causing us heartache or heartbreak in the past. So we are looking at things from a different perspective, and we're realizing that, things worked out for the best, whether we realize it at the time or not, and allowing ourselves some closure and the ability to move on. Sagittarius, you're up next. We have for you guys the Ace of Coins. Now, isn't this interesting? Along with the Three of Swords, Sagittarius, this is telling me that some kind of heartache or heartbreak is happening, but it's a gift. There's a gift. There's whatever is causing this heartache or heartbreak, this is actually going to work out for a gift for you. It's working out for your highest and best good, even though you probably, I'm going to say, you don't see it right now with this card. It actually is a gift. So if you can step back and look at it objectively, or maybe in a couple of weeks, you'll see that it's not as bad as it seems. All right, that was Sagittarius. Next up, let's take a peek at Capricorn. Capricorns, you guys have the Seven of Swords showing up here in reverse, or excuse me, right side up, along with the Three of Swords. We've got a lot of swords on the table. 10 of Swords are here if we add them all up. Okay, so Capricorn, first of all, I'm going to say the truth is coming out, because when we've got a 10, it reduces down to a 1. One sword is definitely the truth coming out. It's some type of enlightenment coming up. Now, with this 3 and the 7 together, this is also comes out to a 10 before you reduce it down to a 1, which talks about the idea that there's some sort of long-term source of tension or debate that you're putting an end to today. And with the 7 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, this is something that has caused some kind of heartache or heartbreak because somebody was deceptive with you. You're putting an end to it today. You're done with that. Bye-bye. Okay, you may be finding out about it today as well, and you'll be putting an end to it today as well also. All right. What's next? Next is Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius, you guys have the 5 of Coins showing up in reverse, along with the 3 of Swords. Now, this is a really interesting conversation, because you know what this tells me? This tells me somebody's causing a heartache or heartbreak in your life, but by them stepping back and causing that heartache or heartbreak, this is actually allowing you to get back with your people, back with your friends, back with your support network. So you were probably with somebody before, whether it was a friend, a romantic partnership, business deal, whatever, that was keeping you away from your people. Now you get back to your people. So it's interesting because I have mixed feelings about that. I don't like to see you going through a heartache or heartbreak. On the other hand, it's definitely a good deal to get away from somebody who keeps you away from your people. Alicia, hello, hello. We're doing tomorrow's predictions right here in this live, and then after that, we're going to do Reiki and individual readings. Thank you for the thumbs up, whichever one of y'all did that. I appreciate it. Who's up next? Pisces. We're already on our last sign. Pisces. Okay, your card for tomorrow, which by the time you see us, for most of you, it will be today, is the Two of Wands. Two of Wands showing up here with that overall energy of the Three of Swords. So this is telling me there's something going on that is making you sad, giving you some kind of heartache or heartbreak. With the Two of Wands, you have a choice about how you're going to deal with this. And whatever you choose is going to be good. So you have some good options. So this tells me that that heartache or heartbreak actually leads you in a direction that propels you forward in a positive direction. So don't do a pity party too long. Just get on down the road. All right. So that's what we've got for everybody. I think we've already gotten through all in 11 minutes and 27 seconds. Okay. Next up, we're going to do 5 minutes of Reiki. You guys be thinking about what would you like the Reiki to help you with and get your intentions set. What I'm going to do is for anybody who doesn't set an intention, I'm going to ask that the Reiki does whatever is for the highest and best good of those individuals. Everybody else, you can set your intention right now. I'm going to go ahead and get it started. All right, we're starting Reiki at 13 after, according to my clock. That means we'll finish it up at 18 after. It's just a super micro session, just 5 minutes. For anybody who doesn't know what Reiki does, Reiki is an energetic healing modality. Most people think of it to bring healing for the physical body. So things like you might go to a medical doctor for, you would go to a Reiki practitioner or a Reiki master for as well. But it also brings healing in the financial areas, in the emotional areas, for relationships, all kinds of good stuff. Basically, I like to say anything that can be bigger than us that we might want help with, Reiki is a good thing to call on. 4 more minutes left on our Reiki. Thank you guys for being here. I was just needing to see some people tonight. Three more minutes on the Reiki. We've definitely got some Reiki going out. I'm going to say to more than one person because we've got a lot of areas highlighted. Of course, this Reiki is good not only for the people who are in the room as I'm live, but also good for the people who come into this video later as well. All you have to do is set the intention to receive it, and you can still get some good juice out of this. Got a lot of Reiki going into feet and ankles today. Also torso. Feet and ankles have to do with the idea of finding our purpose, finding what it is we're shooting for, finding our goals. Can also be very physical, tangible feet and ankle situations. torso area we're looking at, that's going to be the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, possibly even the base chakra, although that area is not quite as strong, and the heart chakra. So base chakra has to do with things that make us feel safe and secure in the world. So that can be things like money, like family relationships, etc., etc. Hello there, Cheryl. Glad to see you, honey. Kind of early for you to be around, huh? Let's see, sacral chakra has to do with how things feel to us, look to us, smell to us, taste to us. How are we perceiving things? Solar plexus has to do with how we're expressing ourselves out to the world. From our handwriting to the car that we drive, the job that we take, how do we style our hair, all that stuff is influenced by the sacral chakra and influences it. Excuse me, solar plexus. Sorry about that. And then the heart chakra has to do with our emotions and how we perceive things emotionally. Hello there, Ms. Angela. We're still doing Reiki right now. We've got 2 more minutes left on the Reiki. 2 more minutes. Ba-ba-da-da. I also did predictions for tomorrow at the front of this video. So if you normally look at those in the morning, you may want to come back to this video tomorrow morning and check them out. Ba-ba-da-da-da, ba-ba-da-da. I will be, but right now I'm doing Reiki. You know how I am about the Reiki. I'm picky. I don't like to let it be interrupted. When you've got an energy that's working on your behalf, you got to be respectful, right? I know you know about me. 1 more minute of Reiki. Be careful with that trigger finger. There's not too many people in the room. I imagine I'll get to everybody. Thank you for the thumbs up. Whoever did that other thumbs up, I appreciate it. Bum ba da da ba, bum ba da da, bum ba da da da, bum ba da 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 da. I was just looking at my camera while I was doing this Reiki. Do y'all think I have enough peace symbols up on the walls? I wouldn't be me if we didn't have some peace symbols around. Okay, let's wrap up the Reiki. Those of you who have questions for me, go ahead and throw them up in the chat. Or if you want a message from Spirit, just throw the word Spirit up there. Super chats or whatever they call those are never required. Always appreciated, though. Nice equal energy exchange is always nice. I knew you were going to have a question, Miss Angela. Okay, Alicia, we'll get to yours too. Let's see. Cheryl, do you have anything? You should put something in the chat too if you have a question, honey. Or if you want a message from Spirit, put that in the chat. Okay, so let's start with Angela. Will she be moving into apartment 319? Competition, unfortunately. Thank you on the peace symbols and the tie-dye. Tie-dye is my favorite color. Will Angela be moving into apartment 319? Will that be happening? What kind of time frame should we have on this, Angela? If you do move in, you'll be moved in by when? 2 months from now? 1 month from now? 6 months from now? What are we looking at? Alicia, while we're talking about questions, what kind of course are we asking about? Or what's the name of the course? This month. Okay. Will Miss Angela be moving into apartment 319 by the end of this month? Here's what I'm feeling as I'm looking at these cards. I think that not 319, but I do think that you're going to end up moving into a different apartment that is similar. Let's say similar to 319. Okay, so here's the cards that you got. So if we want to do this short answer, no. I don't think it's terrible though. 4 of coins. This talks about holding back, not moving forward. All right. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Kind of, this is sort of not getting a chance to be a host or a hostess here, not wanting to, maybe even. With the Emperor in reverse, things are outside of your control here. Judgment card is that second chance, but I don't feel like it's apartment 319. I feel like it's one similar that has similar attributes that you would like. And we have the King of Pentacles behind. I think that is your person who is making that offer or making that decision about, okay, here this is, and they're offering you this pentacle. Here's this opportunity to get into this other one, even though you're not getting into 319. That's what I think is going on. Okay. Boop-a-da-doo-ba, boop-a-da-doo. Okay, Native American photography. That's a very specific type of photography for sure. Okay. Boop-a-da-doo, boop-a-da-doo. Is it a good idea for Alicia to continue on with her course in Native American photography? Is that a good idea for her to continue on with? Of course, I got something in my throat right now. This is really... Your first card already threw me. I haven't even looked at the other ones. It's interesting. The reason it threw me, we're just going to talk about it. Let's run through the cards really quickly, and then we're going to talk about this. Ace of Coins showing up in reverse. 7 of Swords showing up in reverse. 5 of Pentacles. What is this? The Valet of Swords, so the Page of Swords. And the Justice card in reverse. Okay. You're quite welcome, Angela. Let's see. Good to continue on with this course. I'm going to tell you, first of all, I'm going to tell you that if I'm looking at this on technicalities, no, I don't think it is. However, I kind of want to go through the details because sometimes Spirit will kind of throw me a curveball like that. Now, here's the thing, and maybe you can help me understand what I'm seeing here, Alicia, about your first card, that Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, now it's clicking. This is a second chance. This is you, actually. This is why it's throwing me. This is you offering somebody a second chance or giving somebody a second chance. So with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse, in the context of our question, this says that if you would continue on with this, you would be giving somebody affiliated with this course a second chance, whether it's the professor, the staff at the university, or whatever. This is you giving somebody else a second chance. And maybe that's important for Spirit, that you have this perspective that if you move forward with this, this is you giving somebody a second chance, not the other way around. Okay? Because that's Spirit's not seeing it the other way around. Spirit's seeing it as you giving them a second chance. Now, Seven of Swords showing up in reverse. The magpie goes back and forth between worlds, and we've got a magpie right here on this card. Seven of Swords, when she's right side up, this can be talking about that this is a good strategy. Some people also associate the Seven of Swords with loss or with theft. Sometimes I do, but I'm not right now. I feel like this is talking about a strategy, but we got her in reverse. So that magpie's on her head. This talks about that this is giving this course, or whoever's in this course, a second chance is not necessarily a good strategy. In fact, let's take necessarily out of there. It's not a good strategy. Okay. Five of Coins talks about the idea of, first of all, I feel like I don't feel like you're as included with the rest of the class as you could be with this Five of Coins coming up, because this is a card that talks about feeling left out in the cold. And also, I'm going to say there's something about this situation that is interfering with your money. It's keeping the money from flowing the way that it normally does. So I don't know if that's the time that you're spending in class or how you're prioritizing your study time or your practice time or whatever. But this is, I'm going to say financially, this is a burden. But also, you're not really being included as a part of the class very well either. Now, Page of Swords talks about learning something new, digging in, finding information. So this says Spirit knows what context we've got here. It's about a class. It's about learning. It's about moving forward. Okay. And I think even though you might feel like you're sort of pushed out in the cold as far as socially when it comes to the class, I think you'll still pick up the information very well. And you'll be able to use that information and move forward. If you were to continue on with the class, you may have enough information to really do well as well right now. Here's the thing. Justice card showing up in reverse is telling me, in the end, somebody else makes a decision. If you continue forward with the class, in the end, somebody else makes a decision that is not a fair decision towards you that impacts you. So I'm going to say, in the end, I think, say that you decide you want to stay for this class and you want to deal with all this abuse because you really like the information that you're learning and you know how you could put it to use in your life. This basically says that in the end, you don't get the certificate for it, or you don't get the graduation for it, or else they give you, they say that you didn't earn the grade that you wanted to earn for it. So here's what I would know if I was going to continue forward with this class. I would know that the information coming out of this class is super beneficial for you and that you can use that moving forward, but I would not expect an official award of a certificate or an official word of completion or anything like that. And honestly, I don't see you being treated very well as the class progresses. Okay? So you feel like an outcast, and it's photography having to do with your own culture, and you're the only person in there. That is messed up. That is jacked up. I definitely see where you're feeling like an outcast. Well, and that the professor being unorganized comes back to no strategy too, as well. I mean, Spirit's saying it's not their strategy for you to continue on with this class, but also, I mean, that shows up with that Seven of Swords, no strategy for them. And so you would be actually giving this professor a second chance, is what it sounds like. Especially if he drains you and gets you upset. If I would run on technicalities here, I would say that this is a no, a nice strong no. If I just wanted to look at the breakdown of the facts, I mean, you benefit from the knowledge, but gosh, you got to put up with a whole lot to get to that knowledge, and then you don't even get acknowledged for picking that up. So, you kind of have to decide, how much is that worth it to you? Hello there, 8 and 8. Welcome, welcome. Anybody else in the room that would like to have me look at a question for you, or bring through a message from Spirit? I would say trust that feeling. Are you in a masculine energy? Lordy. Honey, you're talking to a psychic who's the real deal here. You may not know me, but I'm the real deal. And to ask me if you're in a masculine energy, by God, you should know that yourself. Ask me something that you don't know that you want help with, or ask for a message from Spirit if you don't have a real question. But don't ask me if you're in a masculine energy. You know that. Shit. Test me out. Give me something to chew on that's actually really going to help you. You don't know what means. Bum ba da dum ba. Bum ba da da. Bum ba da da da. Bum ba da da. Bum ba da da. That your energy is misaligned. Meaning what? Meaning like you were born the wrong gender or something? Here's the thing that I'm going to tell you, 8-8. Okay. So here's what I'm going to tell you. There are some things that we generally know for ourselves, and those things we don't have to ask our reader about. And if a reader starts talking to you about those things and they're off base, which it sounds like they are, if you're fine with your gender and they're telling you that you're misaligned, then they're kind of off base. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Okay? Sometimes readers get it wrong. And a lot of people think that, we can never be wrong and they just trust us no matter what. Well, that's scary. Please don't do that. And I consider myself the real deal, and I don't want you to feel like I can never get it wrong, because I am human. So what I'm going to do with bringing through a message from Spirit for you is I'm going to be looking at what Sacred Spirit basically wants to talk to you about. And just for a point of reference for you, what you need to know is Sacred Spirit is what other people would call the Holy Spirit. That's what Christians would call the Holy Spirit. So I'm going to see what the Holy Spirit wants to talk to you about. So we'll have 2 cards that tell us the topic. And then after that, we're going to go with the best advice or heads up for you around whatever the topic starts out as. Okay, so that's what a message from Spirit is in this room. Boop, ba, doo, 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 488. Best message from Spirit, please. 8, what's your name actually, honey? What's your first name? Boop, ba, doo, doo. I don't want to keep calling you a number. We're not in jail. Lena. Nice to meet you, Lena. Don't forget to subscribe if you like tarot predictions. Okay. What do we have here? Interesting. So you've got the Page of Swords showing up in reverse, covered by the Five of Coins in reverse. So this is interesting. So what this is telling me, Miss Lena, is that the topic Spirit wants to talk to you about is the idea that you're digging for some information or searching for information. You are probably also very particularly digging for information that has to do with what I call secrets of the universe. And secrets of the universe, by my definition, is anything that influences our world that we are not taught about in fourth grade, especially in public school. So, spiritual things, basically, law of attraction type things, metaphysical things. So, law of attraction, law of assumption, um, paranormal, metaphysical, mediumship, all that kind of stuff falls under secrets of the universe. So you're digging into some kind of secrets of the universe, getting more information about it because your curiosity is drawing you there. And at the same time, with this Five of Coins covering, this is telling me that where you might have felt a little bit left out before, you're actually making new friends as you dig in, feeling like you're building a whole new support network that you can count on. So this is really interesting to me. It looks to me from these two cards like you're basically up leveling. You might be losing friends who can't keep up with your growth right now because, I don't know, maybe they think you're a little too woo-woo for them or whatever lately. But you're making new friends who are on your level. Okay, so that's the situation Spirit wants to talk to you about. Now, best advice or heads up, Three of Wands. Excellent. Glad it resonates. King of Swords. La Luna in reverse. Okay, Three of Wands talks about making long-term plans. Okay, can talk about other things, but I feel like this time it talks about making some plans that are more than what's for supper tonight. Okay, can be anything from a week from now to a few years from now or longer. Okay, so this talks about it's good to make some long-term plans. And with the King of Swords, it talks about, make a strategy, make a plan, really look at things logically, bottom line. And what I'm hearing actually is make a business plan. Start working on what is your business plan? What do you want your business to look like? Now, remember what our topic is. Our topic is that you are digging into secrets of the universe and you're finding a support network there as you're studying. Best advice or heads up around this is make some long-term plans, make a strategy, maybe even come up with a business plan. Okay? Long-term plans, we're not saying quit your day job right now and jump into business. These are long-term plans. All right? And with La Luna showing up in reverse, this talks about bringing the things that are in the subconscious to the surface, up to the conscious level. All right? So you want to start making some plans about a strategy to bring the subconscious up to the consciousness. Basically, this talks about a couple of things. First of all, it talks about self-work, maybe even making some plans to teach other people how to do their own self-work, and you can kind of facilitate that. And also, it can talk about reading. Reading brings those things that are secret, that are buried in the subconscious, out to the consciousness for people to examine what's really going on there. So it looks to me like in the future, you have some type of career that you're going to be creating for yourself that has to do with self-work and probably even mental and emotional healing and maybe even reading as well. So you're in the right place at the right time studying the right thing. And I don't see anything about your energy being misaligned at all. That is not showing here at all. And I will tell you guys, not everybody who does a bad reading is a scammer. I have been to some people that have been doing readings for a very long time, that their reading of me was totally whacked out, but I don't think that they were a scammer still. But at the same time, if something is resonating, yes, you want to take it and use it and run with it, make good productive use of it in your life. If somebody tells you something that you're just not resonating with at all, you don't want to change your life because of that. You want to go, okay, they were having an off day. Maybe they needed more coffee or less coffee or whatever. And you just want to leave that on the table and move forward with your life in the way that makes sense to you. I went to a lady who is a reader, and she's been reading for years and years. And I actually read at one of the metaphysical stores in the Denver location on a regular basis. And I wanted to meet this lady. And so she was reading there on a different day than I normally did. And I thought, well, I'm going to get a reading with her. This will be a great way to meet with her. And it was a slow day. I wanted to just make sure she even got a reading that day because there wasn't a lot of customers coming through the doors because of the weather. And so I bought a reading with her, and whew, I felt like I was in reverso world. Everything she was saying was exactly 360 out from what was going on in my life. And I didn't want to hurt her feelings or say anything, so I didn't say anything, but I just walked away going, wow, just wow. Um, yeah, just wow. So I don't think she had bad intentions. I just think that for whatever reason, she just wasn't connecting with me. So, and there are some scammers out there too. I'm not going to lie about it. There definitely are. This is one of the easiest industries to be a scammer in. Is there anybody else in the room that would like me to read for them tonight? I'll answer one question for you, or I'll do a message from Spirit for you. Guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. That way you can catch me next time. I don't go live a whole lot, but I do predictions for every single sign every single day. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that, Ms. Lena. You have a good night, my dear. Anybody else in here need a reading before I take off? I'm going to give about one more minute because I know there's a delay on the line. If I don't hear from anybody else, then I'm going to go ahead and rock and roll out of here. Move on to the next project for the night. New person in the room, would you like me to read for you before I take off? I'll answer one question for you, or else I'll do a message from Spirit. Ba-ba-da-dum. Bum-ba-da-dum. Thank you on the warm. It's warming up around here lately. I think we were above freezing the last 3 days. That was really nice. We were in the negatives, like below zero before that. Where are you, Miss Alicia? Where are you located? Now you've got me checking the weather on my phone. 32 degrees right now. I love it. You're in Maine. What's your temperature? Maine can get pretty freaking cold too. Tomorrow we have a high of 50. I am going for a walk tomorrow, baby. No snow again until Monday. Yay. Boom, ba-da-doo, boom. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Whoever's the new person in the room, if you want me to read for you, let me know. I think I've read for everybody else in the room. You're dropping into the negative tonight? I didn't even look at the low. That's going to be a heck of a fall from 33 to a negative temp. You've definitely got a front coming in if that's happening. We're only getting down to 23 tonight. Whew. I wonder if that's that same front that had us in sub-zero for like 3 days. Or if you're getting something completely different. You have a whole other mountain range over there. Yeah. I think we got down to, what was the lowest I saw? It was -9 while I was awake. I'm sure it got lower than that while I was sleeping, but I didn't see it. And my dad was in Iowa, and it was -7 there. And I'm in Colorado. All right, guys, I don't see anybody else needing a question answered or a message from Spirit, so I'm going to bug on out of here. Everybody have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you guys back on the next video. Peace out. How do I close this down? I've forgotten.